And welcome back to the Geelong Regional Footy Show. And of course, we have got another big game on Sunday. It's out at the Buckley Park, I always call it, but it is a St Albans footy ground. It's between the traditional rivals, the North Geelong fabulous Magpies, up against those magnificent Violet Crumbles. There it is, folks, the Violet Crumble, there it is, the Thompson Footy Club, and it's always a great game. Mitch, I said before, North Geelong, they kicked 2 goals, they're twice as good as last year.
Well, yeah, look, they were disappointing last year, but I certainly don't think that'll happen again.
No.
I think, you know, when you've got players the calibre of Swenninson and Pittman and Parker and those sorts of, you know... And
Paul Brigade kicked 6 goals in the twos last week.
Yeah, you just have a habit of winning twos finals. So will he come in?
No, they've got to put him in. I reckon you've got to play your best finals, your best forwards in the finals.
How come he hasn't played since...
He's been carrying an injury.
Has he? Okay, yeah. Well, he might still be. But look, I think this will be a fantastic tussle. I don't think there's much between these two sides. Obviously, I'm going to go for Thompson. One of the big keys will be the coach, whether the coach gets up. He's certainly got an ankle injury, but knowing Reese, he will have done everything he can to get that right. I spoke to him Saturday night and he said he'd be fine, but his influence on the game is him, Alex Bowles, Sammy Jacker off the half-back line. Jackson McLeod hasn't been in great form, but probably on that big ground needs to show a bit of form. But I think it'll be a down to the wire tussle. I'm going to pick the Thompson Tigers. But
really?
Yeah, but surprise.
No, yeah, a bit of a shock.
But yeah, big shock. But yeah, I think it'll be a good game, Dick, on Sunday. And I think, so. Yeah, so do I. And I think, you know, whoever wins, and I hope it's Thompson, you know, can go on and create a little bit of havoc in the final.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Alex, what do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, I'll go for Thompson as well. In fact, I'll talk to Sam Jacker in a second. We'll find out how the Holwell injury's going. But you still bring in Matheson from the looks of things.
Matheson's
Wall comes in. Maybe they throw in Trower. And there's another one I've gone blank on. But Banfield. Fletcher Banfield should come in as well. So... yeah, it'll be interesting there. But look, I mean, no disrespect to either club, but I'd almost label this as the battle of the spare parts because Thompson have gone through 46 senior players this year, and North Geelong's topped them with 50. So they've gone through a lot of names, but these are the best of each that are available, and I think it's going to be a great game of footy on Sunday.
Point system does that, Alex.
And of course, next week we have the coveted Never Whitley OAM medal, and that's here at Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Mitch, we're running out of time as we always do. Who do you reckon will win the Never Whitley medal?
Reese Holwell.
Reese Holwell?
I'll go for a tie between Broman and Kennedy Hunt.
Kennedy Hunt's got to go close, hasn't he?
You'd think so.
Full forwards don't always pop well in our comp.
Brent McLeod kicked 96 goals last year and won it.
And Pittman the year before.
And Forbes the year before that. Yeah.
Peter Ward never won one. Rod Boothroyd never won one.
Yeah, well...
Hey? You're an idiot. You're an idiot of a producer, you're not. Okay. All right, well, thanks for your company again. Ivan Tenzing.
Ivan Tenzing, number 5 from Thompson.
Who's that?
The big fella.
What, the big fella? You idiot.
I'll go for Sammy Troy.
Sammy Troy, there you go. Okay. All right, thanks for your company again for the GDBL segment of the show. We're now going to throw across to Wes Cutsworth, who's got Samuel Jacker.
No,
he's not.
Talk to Sammy
no,
Jacker.
Because we're going to go straight to Ellis Tagani.
You haven't got rid of Wes.
I'm going to go to Sam.
You go and talk to Wes, who's got Samuel Jacker on his knee. Thanks for coming.
He's Thompson defender Sam Jacker and interleague defender. We've just seen some footage of the weekend. What did the boys get out of the game, mate?
It's probably just good to get a match up with the same team we're playing this weekend. It's rare how that happens. You know, it's actually quite familiar that happens a lot. You get the same teams playing each other, you know, that last week of the regular season and then straight into the final. So, I mean, it's just nice to see how we match up with each other and, you know, feel each other out before the big one starts on Sunday.
Yeah, we mentioned familiarities, if I can even say that word properly. And we're 4 episodes into the history of this show, and this is already your second appearance. We talked to you after the Geelong West game, and in the last 5 weeks, you guys have won each game by about 40 points. Has there been a moment mid-season? Did someone say something? Was there a turning point?
We're pretty lucky. We've found some consistency with our playing list. Had a lot of young kids. I know we spoke about that after the game a couple of weeks ago, who came in at that midpoint, and we found some consistency with a lot of those young kids. So, you know, they've brightened it up this year a little bit, made it a little bit more enjoyable, and, you know, breathed a bit of fresh air into the club. So, you know, Fletcher Banfield and you know, Stace have come in and done a really good job. So I think we've probably found a consistent list, which has probably helped us get those results.
So no pressure on you, but it's Thursday night, and I know you've got to get to training right now. Stacey's been playing well. Banfield hopefully comes back in. Where are we at with Matheson? What can you tell us live on television?
I had a bit of a chat with Matho on Saturday night. I'm pretty sure he's raring to go. You know, we just probably had that luxury of getting a few bodies rested into that weekend just gone. So, yeah, he'll be fit and ready to go come Sunday.
Yep. Alex Bowles has been doing well on the ruck, but going back to Matheson, I believe he's got a good link with Dawson Simpson from GWS. So could we maybe get him to Godfrey Street in the next few years?
Mate, I wouldn't say no to it if the opportunity came up. So, yeah, I'd like to say yes, but I, to be honest, I've never spoken to him about it. So, yeah, I'd love the opportunity if that came up. So, thanks for letting me know.
No, that's all right. And we wish the Mathesons all the best. They watch this program. But the final inclusion, Reece Holwell. Now, I try not to put my work out there too much, but I made a comparison after the round 12 game against Bannockburn that his role with Thompson is very similar to Joel Selwood's with Geelong. How have the playing group reacted to such a statement?
We probably rubbed it into him a little bit to begin with, but you know, you're not far off the mark, really. You know, everyone loves to follow him with what he does, and he sets that standard and sets a tone for us all to meet, whether it be through his leadership or through his actions. So you're probably really not far off the mark with that comparison. I'd probably have to agree with you a fair bit on that.
Yep. Could he be a chance for the Whitley even? You've seen enough of him. You've seen more than we have of him.
Yeah, I'd say yes. I mean, I know talking to the umpires, they notice him a lot. He's always the last bloke to get off the bottom of that pack. So gets plenty of the footy, so you can't rule him out. I'd probably back him in.
All right. Well, hopefully you might get a top 2 finish in your club best and fairest as well. But it's all about Thompson and North Geelong. So let's just run through it. Who are you expecting to play on, and who's your early tip for best on and first goal?
I don't know who I'm expecting to play on because I know they changed it around a little bit. I know I played on Fitzy earlier on in the year, and you know I probably wouldn't put myself past playing on him at some stage on the weekend, so probably gearing up for a match up there. First goal, I'm probably going to go. Might have to go Matho. I reckon Matho for the first goal and probably best on. He can't really go past Reece when he gets up and he's ready to go. So
it's a hard act to follow this Sunday, given how well you did against North Geelong in last year's elimination final. It's your back six held them to 1 goal, so it's a tough act to follow. But let's say you win, who would you prefer to play out of the loser of this Saturday's match?
They're both pretty tricky opponents. I don't know. Probably we go Bannockburn. I reckon. I think we probably match up with them a little bit better. But either, we're pretty happy to play as long as we make that second week of finals and we're competitive and, take it home and hopefully get into a prelim.
Yeah, well, as you've noticed, the spotlight's now off in Sam because we're going to take a break. We'll be joined by the panel and we'll go through all the leagues. And, actually, I wasn't preparing you for this question, but who's your tip for the flag in the other 2 leagues? Because we know who you want to win in the GD.
Of course. I'd probably have to say St Joey's are pretty strong in the GFL, just hearing the murmurs around the place. I might go past, I might go for Mottawarri. Okay. I've got a couple of ex-Thompson boys playing down there, so very good to see them get up for the BFL.
All right, the lights are on and so are the commercials, so we'll be back after the break. Thanks, Sammy.
Thank you so much. Ta.
Well done, boys.